Hi yogis, I'm Nicole. Welcome to my yoga time. Today's class is going to be a Viniyoga sequence. So Viniyoga, for those that might not be familiar with it, is not a flamboyant creative vinyasa. It's a vinyasa that is very methodical. So each posture is intended to either counter stretch or to prepare for the next posture. It's very repetitive and it's very therapeutic for the body. When we practice repetitive movements, and certainly slowly, our body knows what's coming. It tends to open up more easily with less resistance. So the Viniyoga practice, this is personally one of my favorites, and if I have a busy head, this is certainly a sequence that I will turn to quite often at home in my practice. So for this one, we'll be using 2 blocks and we'll be started standing. So when you're ready, come to the top of your mat and just have your blocks either side of your feet and feet hip width apart. So when you're ready, we're going to inhale, arms straight up in front. Then as you exhale, bend the knees, tuck in the chin, folding forward. Bring your hands to your blocks to whatever height is best for you. Knees can bend. As you inhale, come halfway up, bring those arms with you, thumbs pointing up. And exhale to fold. Follow your in-breath coming all the way up now, arms in front. Let's turn the palms to face one another, bend the knees, take a seat, chair pose. So here, make sure your knees are behind your toes and gently squeeze those heels in towards one another. Let's lower down as we exhale. Inhaling halfway up, bring those arms with you, thumbs pointing to the ceiling. Exhale to fold. Coming all the way up, arms in front. Turn the palms in, take a seat. Follow your breath. Each movement is placed with the in-breath or the out-breath. Be sure to keep your jaw relaxed. Helpful to place the tip of the tongue where the teeth meet the roof of the mouth. One more. And this time as you fall down, we're going to stay down. So feel free to keep your hands on your blocks, or if you don't need the blocks, hands can come to the mat. Bend the knees as much as you need to. We want to bring belly to touch the thighs. So you might find that you're bending the knees quite a lot, and that is totally fine. So while you're here, gently press those feet away from one another. Start to press the palms down and forward. Let the head hang. And breathing into the back side of the body. See if at the top of the inhalation you can hold the breath for just 1 or 2 counts. And try to lengthen the exhalation, so exhaling a little longer than the inhalation. From here, let's bend in the knees. You can bring your blocks over if you weren't using them, take them to the highest height again, and then roll up to standing, coming up slowly to avoid any dizziness. Well done. So stepping left foot back now, have those feet hip width apart. Option 1 will be a high lunge, back heel off the mat. Option 2, ground the back foot on a 45-degree angle. So the front toes are pointing to the front corner of the mat. Again, feet are hip width apart, and we'll begin to flow. Try to press those feet away from one another as though you're stretching the mat. As we inhale, the arms come up. As you exhale, bend that right knee. Warrior one legs, lower hands down to shoulder height. Then as you inhale, take the arms out to the side. As you exhale, bring them forward. As you inhale, arms up, straighten the right leg, just keep a micro bend in the knee. Stretch the mat with your feet as you fold forward, taking your hands to your blocks. Inhale, come halfway up, keep the hands down. Exhale to fold. Coming all the way up, press into both feet, arms up. Exhale, bend the right knee, lower hands down. Inhale as you open the arms. Exhale as you close. Keeping your chin tucked as you fold forward. Half lift, lengthening the spine. Exhaling to fold. Coming all the way up. Little bend in that right knee. Protect your back by stretching the mat with your feet. Last one. Half lift. And then as you exhale, folding down, we'll stay down now. Readjust your blocks, or if you don't need your blocks, hands to the mat. Again, we want belly to touch the thigh, so you might find you need to bend that right knee a little more. Gently press those palms down and forward. Feet press away. Tailbone lifts. Tucking in your chin. And same breath as before. Pause at the top of the inhalation, and then see if you can exhale a little longer than the inhalation. So you might even count your breath. Inhale for 4, hold for 2, exhale for 6. Is just an example. And let's press into both feet. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, hands to the hips, bending in that right knee and stepping up. If you can, raise that left leg before you lower down. Changing sides, right leg back. So again, any concerns with your hips or your knees, keep that back heel lifted in a high lunge. Otherwise, finding your warrior one legs, but with the feet a little bit wider, hip width apart. Stretching the mat with your feet. Let's bring those arms up and down. Tailbone scooping under. Inhale, open the chest. Straightening that left leg now with just a micro bend in the knee as you fold forward. Hands to the blocks. Half lift, lengthening the spine. Flow with your inhalation to come up. Moving through your last one now. Just notice how the body feels compared to the first few. Inhale halfway. Exhale to fold, staying down now for a few breaths. Feel free to keep your hands on the blocks or hands to the mat underneath the shoulders. Feet press away from one another. Tailbone lifts. Palms press down and forward. Feel the breath moving the body. From here, bend that front knee, position your hands a little wider, stepping back into your downward facing dog. Holding here as you inhale, try to press the feet away from the hands. And as you exhale, bend the knees, slowly lower down to the mat. Once you touch down, inhale into your back bend. And exhaling, downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. Last one now, holding your downward facing dog for 5 breaths. And with your 5th exhalation, bending in the knees, slowly lower down to the mat. Take those feet from underneath you. Bring the feet out in front and bring your blocks back so they're a little closer. So from here we're going to recline. You can bring your hands into prayer, knees are bent, lower belly firm as you roll down. When you touch down, bring those feet a little closer to the bottom, feet hip width apart. Let's turn the palms down. Press those feet down and away, and as you inhale, start to lift the hips up. Exhale to lower. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Last one, coming up and staying up this time for 4 breaths. Be sure to press those feet down and away. Try and tuck your tailbone under, broadening the shoulders, collarbones. Let's pick up those heels and lower down 1 vertebrae at a time. So the next posture, you have a couple of choices. If there's any concerns with your neck or shoulders, please take option 1. If you don't have blocks, you might choose to take your legs up the wall or just extend those legs straight up. If you do have a block, either 1 on the flat side or 2 stacked on top of one another, holding onto the blocks if you can, and then raising your legs up. Your option 1. Option 2, coming into a shoulder stand. So for your shoulder stand, bring your knees towards your head, walk your hands down your back towards your shoulders. Check that your arms are parallel. Firm down through your arms, moving the chin and the sternum towards one another. And we're going to move with the breath. So if you're on the blocks, just stay as you are. If you're in a full shoulder stand, as you exhale, lower your right leg overhead. Inhale to come back up. Exhale other side. Two more on each side. And now both feet overhead. If your feet don't touch the floor, don't worry. Just keep your hands on your back for support. If your feet do touch the floor, you might choose still to keep your hands there. Relax your hands or even interlace your fingers and tuck your shoulders under. Be sure to keep your legs straight, pressing backs of the thighs up towards the ceiling. So here, see if you can find, once again, a longer exhalation. Let's return to our shoulder stand. Hands coming to the back if they weren't there already, and lifting legs up. To come down, you might like to bend the knees, drop the knees towards the head, slowly roll out, or take one knee towards the head, turn your hands around so your fingertips wrap around the waist, then bend your other knee. Cartwheel those feet down. Find yourself in your bridge pose. Inhale, picking up the heels, and exhale to lower. Let's take a brief moment, hands on the belly, feet wide, knees touching. Now for our counter stretch in our Viniyoga, we're going to roll over onto our stomach. Have the hands underneath the shoulders. And as you inhale, lifting the chest and the legs, squeeze the shoulders back. Exhale to lower. Two more. Tailbone tucking under, lower belly is firm. Now straightening the arms, palms to face one another, inhaling up into your locust pose, and exhaling down. Two more. And lower down, turn your head to one side, take a brief rest. And rolling back onto your back. Bending those knees. Preparing once again for your bridge pose. So palms can face down if you like, otherwise palms up, option to take chin mudra. Press those feet down and away and lifting up one vertebrae at a time. Staying up now, we're going to hold this one for a few breaths. And exhale, coming down. Take the knees in the hands, arms are straight as we inhale, and as we exhale, simply bend the elbows. Next time you inhale, lower those feet all the way down to the floor. Let's take the hands underneath our bottom, palms facing down. Straighten the legs. Lift your head up off the mat. Your drishti is your toes. Slowly lower those legs down. Hover those feet just a few inches above the floor. And then hinge your way up. So coming up into a seated position, let's bend the knees and point the toes towards the ceiling. Heels pressing down into the mat. Inhaling the arms up. And as you exhale, fold forward, navel to touch the thighs. Inhale to come back up. Exhaling down. Staying down this time. So again, navel to touch the thighs, and if the feet are close by, take a hold of the feet. So pressing your thumbs in between the base of the big toe knuckle and the second toe. Now your forward fold might look exactly like this, otherwise you might be able to straighten the legs a little without losing contact between the belly and the thighs. Now with the hold of those feet, let's press the feet into the hands. Equally pull the hands into the feet. We're going to be here for a few breaths, so take your drishti from your toes towards your knees. Guide your shoulders back. And just as we've been practicing, look for a longer exhalation. Feel the breath moving the back side of the body. Pressing down through the heels now. Let's inhale, arms coming up. Bring those hands to prayer, bend the knees, and we'll roll down onto your back once again. Once you touch down, take the arms out to the side, bend the knees, and take the feet as wide as the mat. Don't have your feet too close to your bottom, a little space. Now as you exhale, let the knees come down to the left. Very slowly, head can turn to the right. And then as you begin to inhale next, move the left leg first, right leg will follow. Coming back to center, and exhaling other side. As you inhale, move the right leg first, left leg will follow. And continue this motion. Slow movement, slow breath. The next time you go to the right will be the last one. You might like to draw the knees in, cupping hands over the knees. Once again, arms as straight as you inhale, bending the elbows as you exhale. Next inhalation, lower those feet all the way down to the floor, moving into Shavasana. Tucking the shoulders under, letting the palms face the ceiling, feet falling out to the side. And forehead relaxes as the eyes roll back. Feeling the meeting points between the back side of the body and the mat. Inhale and pause. And as you exhale, give in to gravity. And to inhale a little deeper now. Swallow if the mouth is dry. And run your tongue over the teeth. Wiggling toes and fingers. And if the urge to stretch arises, feel free to do so. Let's roll to your preferred side. Take a brief moment in the fetal position. And pressing your way up to seated. So if you still have a block close by, you might like to sit up on the block. Crossing the legs only if there's no discomfort in your knees and hips, otherwise straightening one or both legs. Let's take our hands to Chin Mudra onto the knees and close the eyes down. Position the tip of the tongue where the teeth meet the roof of the mouth. Relax the forehead. As you inhale, let the breath descend, the navel expand. Take a moment to pause at the top of the inhalation. At this point, begin to firm your lower belly. Feel an internal lift. Ladies might like to lift pelvic floor, gents perineum muscle. And maintain this tone as you exhale. Then as you inhale, be soft, relax. A moment to pause, begin to tone, and then exhale. Let's bring those hands into prayer at the heart center. Raise the hands to the third eye center for clarity of thought. Lower fingertips to the lips for purity and honesty in our speech. Hands to the heart center for love and compassion in all that we do. Namaste. Hope you enjoyed the class, yogis. If so, please subscribe to my channel or give me the thumbs up. I welcome your comments. If you enjoyed the Viniyoga practice, I'd love to play some more up on the channel, so do let me know. Have a lovely day.